All right, coaches, this is for Monday, the 2nd. This is going to be assessment day. We are changing and switching things as you've seen. Rather than doing every Monday as assessment Monday, we're doing that once a month on the first Monday of every month. Now, what this means for you as coaches is that you're going to be jam-packed. And please know that I know that Tyler knows that, and we know that it can and will be difficult, but do understand that this is for a purpose in helping the longevity of our programming to be a little bit more smooth and flow together much better, rather than being somewhat disrupted every single week with each assessment on Mondays. So understand that we know that you will be pretty much overloaded or have a lot on your plate for this Monday. For the warm-up, don't be afraid to cut it a little short if you're feeling really pressure for time. There will be so much going on today that it's okay if it's not 100% 8 minutes, okay? Biggest thing to make sure in the warm-up is that when they're using that front rack and doing their front squats, that you make sure that their rack is set up, that they're partnered up, whatever it takes based on your class for that time period, that they are set up and ready to go at that rack. So that the minute that you start their front squat assessment, that they already have their barbell and rack ready to go. They just have to get weights out. Now, make it very clear that with the front squat, that the time that you are giving them is going to be the only time that is available to them, and that they must be cleaned up and have their bars on the floor ready for their Fran when they are cleaning up, okay? Understanding that that will help with that transition time rather than putting everything away and getting it back out. So make sure that in that 12-minute period, they understand that they are getting to their front squat max, and then that they are setting up by the end of it for Fran, and their bar will be on the floor for that. Right after front squat will be the upper body pull. Very short period of time. For most people, it will be maybe a couple minutes. Let them know that once they are done, that they just are securing and making sure things are set up and ready for them to hit their lactic tolerance or Fran right after that. For those that are using weight and doing the pull and doing their body weight pull, make sure that you have equipment out and ready for them. So that includes things like, if they don't want to use the plates, like myself, I hate having the plates between my legs. Make sure things like kettlebells or dumbbells are out and ready for them to use. So that there's a lot less transition time of them going to grab those things. They will only have 5 total minutes to do that, and make that extremely clear. After the upper body pull will be the lactic tolerance assessment, and this is Fran, a very hard 8-minute cap, and I mean extremely hard. Help your athletes understand that if they want to do this workout correctly, we really should be aiming for a sub 6 minute. So they're finding that level. If those that have done it in the past, help them find the level that they've done before. Make this a little bit easier on you, rather than trying to push for a new level, different movements or whatever. Make sure that they just do the movements they've done in the past, and they're just trying to improve their time, okay? Most people should be in that situation. Now, when you finish lactic tolerance test, that Fran, class will be really close to being done. But there's one more assessment, and it is the kettlebell assessment. Please understand that I know we did this in March. I know that it's probably the most recent assessment that we have done, but we put a lot of time in putting and chunking our different assessments together to go through a cycle every 4 months, and this is where it best fit, so this is where it's going to happen. A lot of members might push back, and that's okay. If they really feel like they don't want to do it because it is a very full day, don't make them, or don't feel like it's an insane push to do it. But really make sure that the kettlebells are out, ready to go, and they can pick them up and start that EMOM as soon as you're ready to put the clock on. There will be almost 0 time for a cool down, and I apologize, but make sure that today's test for you as coaches is going to be class management. Please know that I'm available to you as much as possible. I can help you understand how to set up a class better. I can make sure that you understand how to move people through things better, how to set up a clock and ready to go. I know that sounds so dumb, but I'm here for you. Don't be afraid to reach out to your managers and maybe ask for them to be an assistant coach within your class. That's what we're all here for, and we want to make sure that these Assessment Mondays are as successful as possible. But there will always be a lot of them a lot of time taken up and a lot of testing within that first Monday of every month.